Hi, His Excellency. Thank you so much for coming here to see today's studio again.
Thank you for having me back.
Yeah, so we heard President Joko Widodo when he spoke at the summit. He mentioned that it's not always smooth sailing between ASEAN and EU, and a lot of expectations as well in terms of trade. For example, EU and ASEAN could actually do better. And, you know, Southeast Asia has been the powerhouse in the recent years. So how do you see the EU and ASEAN summit from your perspective?
Well, thank you very much, first of all, for inviting me once again. It's always a pleasure to be here. So the ASEAN-EU Commemorative Summit, of course, it's a very important occasion where since 1977, the European Union has been the ASEAN dialogue partner. So 45 years of commemoration, I think it signifies the strengthening and the closeness of the ASEAN-EU relationship. And the commemorative summit, it is very rare opportunity where all ASEAN leaders met with not only the European Union leaders, but also all leaders of the European Union member states, 27 member states. So that significance is always something that ASEAN would like to gain the opportunity in terms of its economic relationship, economic cooperation, and also our President Jokowi, before assuming our chairmanship next year in 2023, the President has emphasized the importance of the ASEAN-EU relationship, but not only in terms of the usual business of cooperation and collaboration, but also he emphasized the importance of equality, mutual respect, and mutual benefit in the relationship between ASEAN and the EU. So ASEAN and the EU are both regional organizations which could be regarded as very successful, but in different regions. But however, both of them have the influence towards the geopolitics and geoeconomics in the global world, in our region, and in terms of the global situation.
Right. So you can say that the summit went successfully, but how do you think it will impact Indonesia in the future?
Yeah, it is a successful one, but in terms of how we implement the results that we achieve in Brussels, is something that ASEAN together with EU need to work further together. We adopted the joint leader statement, which comprises of all the cooperation and collaboration that ASEAN-EU has in its visions towards the future. And for Indonesia, we would like to gain from the economic cooperation, not only in terms of the political cooperation or relationship between the two regions, but most importantly is how we can achieve all the economic gains and benefits with the ASEAN-EU relations. The EU is the third largest trading partner of ASEAN after China and the US. And in terms of foreign direct investment, it's number 2 after China.
That's right.
So the potential is there, and it's a matter of ASEAN and EU how to realize it. So that would be our challenge, and during our chairmanship next year, of course, we try to materialize all what we have agreed in Brussels.
The time just comes perfectly when Southeast Asia has become the powerhouse, as we mentioned before in the recent years. But does this mean that after the summit, it shows how the growing closeness between EU and ASEAN is shown very much? And also, what are the strategic roles for the two, for EU and as well as ASEAN between them?
Well, I think it is clear that, as I have said before, these two regional organizations, ASEAN in the Indo-Pacific region, in the region of Asia-Pacific, in the region of ASEAN, and the EU being in Europe with all its dynamics, and also ASEAN with its all dynamics in our region. So these two regional organizations with its cooperation, with its relation, would also naturally influence how the global world, the global situation may progress, and especially in the Indo-Pacific region. In the Indo-Pacific region, ASEAN already has its outlook on the ASEAN outlook on the Indo-Pacific, while other countries beyond ASEAN has also their strategies and ideas on how they will engage in the Indo-Pacific region. The most important thing is the ASEAN centrality, where ASEAN is at the forefront in the Indo-Pacific region, and we are open. We invite our partners to cooperate and collaborate with ASEAN in the Indo-Pacific region for the mutual benefit of ASEAN and also our dialogue partners. So, being outside the region, of course, the EU has its own vision towards Indo-Pacific region, and they also want to gain the benefits of seeing the Indo-Pacific region as the dynamic of the economic growth of the world. So I think everyone would like to have their role in this, and it's important for ASEAN to have its standpoints.
All right. Now, if we're moving away from the summit, so it has been published, it has been announced that Indonesia will be the chairman of ASEAN in 2023. So can you tell us what is the projection for Indonesia as the chairman?
So Indonesia's chairmanship will officially start on the 1st January 2023, so a couple of days from now on. And we adopted the theme of ASEAN Matters, Epicentrum of Growth, which would reflect that ASEAN should be something that really matters not only to ASEAN, but also for the outside world. So we want to see ASEAN to be important, to be strategic, to be relevant internally for ASEAN, for the ASEAN community, and in this case for Indonesia, for our people in Indonesia. But also remain strategic, relevant, and significant externally to the region beyond ASEAN, to our dialogue partners, to our external partners, whoever who wants to work with ASEAN. ASEAN really matters. And epicentrum of growth, it would signify that we would like to make ASEAN as the epicentrum of growth. Growth represents economic progress and cooperation, development. So in the end, it's not only about political and security issues, but most importantly, what we can deliver to the people in terms of economic progress.
Right. Probably the biggest obstacle right now in ASEAN is regarding Myanmar. And since it started, the turmoil over there and the political instability, the host of ASEAN or chairman of ASEAN was taken by Brunei and then Cambodia, and now will be passed on to Indonesia. And as Ibu Retno already mentioned, that we need to solve this as having the chairmanship of ASEAN. So do you think the 5-point consensus is enough for that, or will Indonesia need to take another step to make sure that the Myanmar's problem will be solved?
Yes, the issue of Myanmar is one challenge that Indonesia as chair would need to address together with our all other ASEAN member states. So the 5-point consensus, at least since the last summit in Phnom Penh in Cambodia, it remains our guidance, our reference, basic reference on how we want to address, we want to help our Myanmar colleagues and friends, the Myanmarese people, to come up with a solution. So while Indonesia has been clear with our position, we of course would like to see the progress and the dynamics that would entail in 2023. But up to now, the 5-point consensus is the basic reference for all ASEAN in moving forward with the issue of Myanmar.
But do we know who will be appointed as the envoy? Because we will have to have an envoy for this.
Well, I think everyone will know on the 1st of January.
Oh, okay, so that's
just a few days away.
I'm not in a position to share that information, so we will have to wait for that.
That might be you as well.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, last question from us. What is the next event regarding Indonesia as ASEAN Chairman 2023?
Well, there will be a lot of events. So the chairmanship will be 1st January until the 31st December of 2023. So 1 whole year.
Yep.
But usually, based on the ASEAN notional calendar for each year, we will start with the very first significant meeting is the AMM retreat, where all the ASEAN foreign ministers will meet in a retreat format. It will be in Jakarta, and we will try to maximize the existence of the ASEAN Secretariat in Jakarta. And this is also one advantage that Indonesia would like to maximize, where the ASEAN Secretariat is in Jakarta, in Indonesia. So it will start from that, and of course, as you may be aware, ASEAN community consists of 3 pillars: the ASEAN political security pillar, the ASEAN economic pillar, and the ASEAN socio-cultural pillar. So each of these pillars will have their own mechanism, which consists of different kind of meetings. So the foreign ministers is under the pillar of the political security pillar. So this is only one example or one mechanism in ASEAN that Indonesia will lead. Indonesia will lead in the other pillars of the ASEAN community, and by that you can imagine how many
Busy that will be.
how many meetings that Indonesia will host, will have to lead, and will have to take ASEAN towards a better achievement that we want to have in 2023.
That's a big, hopefully we can achieve great success like the G20 and leave the legacy after this
I
challenge.
think that is very correct. Everyone has been saying that Indonesia's presidency in the G20 has been very successful, and of course, this is something that we would like to continue in our ASEAN chairmanship next year. But also, on the other side, it creates certain high expectations, not only from us in Indonesia, but also from the outside world. So this is another challenge that Indonesia will have to show to the world and to show to our people that Indonesia is naturally a leader in our region and a big country, as our president has always stated. Indonesia is a big country, and we will have to demonstrate that we are indeed a big country.
Wow, this is certainly going to be a busy year, and you're going to be occupied during this next year, but don't stand a cold feet when it comes to see today's interview.
Of course, I will always try to make my time for See Today. This is my 3rd time.
Yes.
And again, thank you very much for inviting me. During our chairmanship, there are a lot of opportunities for See Today to invite all other officials of Indonesia who deals with the ASEAN chairmanship.
That sounds
Not
great.
only myself, of course, Ibu Retno is there, and everyone else who will be leading the 3 community pillars of the ASEAN community is available whenever they have the time to be invited by See Today.
Thank you so much. Well, thank you so much for you as well, His Excellency Derry Aman, for coming here to see today, and wish you a great success for the next chairmanship of ASEAN.
Thank you very much.